Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. Today we're going to be reacting to another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
Next into the tank is an entrepreneur from Louisville, Kentucky, with a product he believes is like a vacation for your feet.
Hi, my name is Pat Yates. My company is Happy Feet, and I'm seeking $375,000 for 15% equity in my company. Happy Feet are not your grandma's slippers. They're playful, fun, and so comfortable, they're like walking on pillows. They come in almost every color imaginable, including our top-selling leopard and zebra print, as well as the red, black, and white collegiate license design of my beloved Louisville Cardinals. Also, don't forget about our cool animal styles. Lion, tiger, giraffe, and the ever-tough shark slippers. Happy Feet are great for people of all ages. Now, sales are great, but we need your help to expand in our international markets as well as to take it into retail. Now, which of you sharks is ready to take the walk with Happy Feet? And I know you won't want to take them off.
Awesome.
Sales
Pretty
are
hard,
great.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of
Up there's
athlete, basketball guy.
Yeah, I know.
basketball guy.
Go
basketball
Hoosiers,
guy. There you
baby.
go. All right.
Go Hoosiers.
Oh, come on, Mark.
Go
The
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. Barbara, you got the leopard. There you go.
She's an animal.
See?
Ah, God.
Yeah,
Give me
but I
another
threw it
shot.
short, though. For the shark of all sharks,
Hey.
Mr. O'Leary.
See, he can't catch
All
either.
right, Lori, you're going to get the neon
ain't throwing
zebra.
it far
For
enough.
you, Robert, penguin.
A penguin? What the hell is that? What am I, a friggin' fluffy shark? Give me the lion. I don't want the penguin.
You want the lion? Okay, hold on.
Penguin?
I don't think we'll do the penguin, Robert.
Oh my gosh,
There
these are
we
my
go.
new shoes.
All right.
These are amazing.
They're like moon boots.
They're like moon boots.
I used to have a pair of moon boots. They're so comfortable, Pat.
Wow.
They really are.
See, look at that. Look how good he looks in those sharks.
Wow, why are they so comfortable, Pat?
Well, it is. It's that 1-inch foam rubber bottom. It's a dense foam rubber that we put in them. Just the whole thing, when you step down on it, it's like walking on pillows. Tripping.
So, Pat, $375 for 15%. Your sales must be amazing.
We've done $6.5 million in the last 3 years
You got
between
it.
internet and wholesale. Yes.
What are your
What
sales
stores-
last
what
year? What are your
stores are
sales
you in?
last year?
Sales last year were 2.65 million.
And the year before?
2.4.
So, Pat, out of the 2.6,
Billion? Hold on.
what percentage is online?
Okay, billion.
It's actually that 2.6. It was probably about 2.2, which is the highest margin portion.
You're selling that much stuff online? Wow.
And what does it cost you to make?
The sneaker slipper styles cost about $550. We sell them $24.99 to $29.99, which is about a 400% markup right there.
Great margin. Pat, the 2.6 million you sold last year, what was your profit on that?
About 600,000.
So where are you spending all your money? Because with that big of margins, you should be making more than $600,000.
We do it a ton of free shipping in our busiest time, which is holiday, which knocks that margin down significantly. The problem was the margin and the seasonality of the business being a little bit seasonal in the winter. It sort of shot down some of those profits, and I didn't have.
Why haven't you focused on getting into major retail stores?
Well, there's several reasons. Number one, the size of the product.
They were afraid it was too big.
Exactly.
Takes up 2.5 times the linear square feet that an ordinary shoe would take.
It is.
It's never going to go into retail. I have a different.
See, those make you kind of really think about your packaging and everything when you're going into retailers. How much shelf space is it going to take up? And so that's a good, thing to remember, us DIY entrepreneurs.
Problem with it. You got to help me with this because this is the thing that's bugging me the most. There's nothing proprietary about this stuff. I'm very worried that someone else is going to come in here and drop the prices by 30%.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen margins like this in slippers. Like, this is incredible.
Do you have competitors that are doing the same thing?
We don't. Anybody that you see
Yeah.
selling these online are buying from us.
How are people knowing you're there? This is the thing I want to understand because you have an amazing online business.
We also did a license with a girl who was on a reality show that really built a lot of social following behind it that we still have as well.
Influencer.
We utilized her Twitter account as well as her social to be able to
Was
grow
it Snooki?
Another, yeah. We ended up getting onto a business where we could find those mid-level social stars that would help get our name out there and
You saying
grow.
Snooki's mid-level?
She was when we found her. She won't like that I said that, but
Listen, this is an old episode. So this is season 5 back in 2014. And so he's talking about the beginning stages of when they started using influencers to really sell the product. And so I like to be able to visit back to an entrepreneur that was just getting off the ground running and saw, you know, an influencer to the point where they're using their audience to sell to. So that was just the entry. Again, 2014. This is what they were doing back then.
She's fantastic.
Wow. And how much are you having to pay for those folks?
It's about 12%.
That's where the money's going.
That's where it's not all of it going to that, though, Mark. But it's actually fed what we're growing. So we've really tried to create our own marketing. That's really what I'm about. So proprietary is important, but when you have someone like me that's going to go out and try to market and work hard,
Pat, you're killing it.
Pat, time out.
Right.
There's something that's really disturbing me. You know, it feels to me as though you may have peaked, or maybe even on the way down, but it feels to me you're not going to get bigger. I'm out.
Isn't that the perfect time to come in for a shark to ask for some advice, some mentorship? How do I get out of this part that I'm in? You know, our sales are dwindling. Give me some expertise or whatever to take it to the next level, to scale this business. Help me to, you know, that's why I'm here. Isn't that a good reason to come to the Shark Tank? Maybe to get a second life.
Pat, look, great business, right?
I'm an intense entrepreneur, Robert.
Oh, my friend, I get that from you. This is a real business. You've done a fantastic job, Pat. I don't see where I add value. I like to add value. I'm a good operator just like you are. I like to run things. I like to add value to people. I don't like to just write a check.
Let me ask you one other question, one thing I was going to talk about.
Look, I don't want to waste all your time with me. You're doing a great job. I don't want to write a check, and that's it. I'm out.
Thank you, Robert. I understand.
Happy Feet would have went good with them ugly sweaters that he got a business with. You know, he got those ugly sweaters. Or maybe this was too early, but I think that happened very earlier in the seasons. But maybe with the Happy Feet, the ugly sweaters, you may got a combo there.
How many pair are you going to sell this year?
75 to 100,000.
The challenge is 15% is nothing. Nothing to me. It's not exciting.
I understand.
But I understand partnering with a shark isn't a bad thing for this online business because together we could probably sell a ton more. I'm going to make you an offer. Give you $375,000, and I want a $3 royalty on every pair sold until I get my $375 back.
Chimed right in.
Let's see him make an offer. He likes to make a lot of noise, but doesn't often make an offer. I want a 5%, as I like to say, wet my beak equity, just so we can say we're partners. And after I recoup my capital, I'll drop it down to $1.50.
That's 3 times more than Snooki got.
Look, I love Snooki, but you got Mr. Wonderful here. That's a whole different ballgame.
I was just about to commend him because he didn't ask for like 3 times his return for the $3 royalty. Once he get it back that $375K, once he get that back, it's still going to be a royalty of $1.50. And so he's just cutting it down to half, but he's still getting that royalty off the top. You know, in these current seasons, they be going 3 times for their return back. So that wasn't too much of a shock, but that royalty, whew.
I like it. I might offer to go in with Kevin if he would have me. If you can convince me, because I like to go bigger. I think it would be great if you could expand into retail.
So, Lori, I just want to confirm something. You want to go 50-50 on the deal.
Yes.
One modification we have to make. I believe that decimals are bad karma, so you have to go up to 6% on the wet your beak equity. So it's 3 each, okay? We give him $375,000, we split that, and your one covenant is that he attempt retail again.
Yes.
I am prepared to go on there and snooky it out.
Snooki it out, huh?
Well, who needs Snooki when you got Pookie?
I think Mark should jump all over this.
Mark, I hope that you see the passion. I mean, I've heard you talk about entrepreneurs, and you sold garbage bags, right? I have a story if you give me 2 minutes.
Sure.
My mom passed away a year and a half ago, really kind of unexpectedly, and this was her favorite story of me. I had a kid, when I was playing basketball in the backyard with a kid, his dad was throwing some calendars up. I looked at them, they were last year's calendars. I took those and I literally walked my way home and sold every one of those calendars. The retail does have challenges, but I'm going to get up every day to make sure this business continues to grow.
You do not have to sell me. You are the real deal. Right?
I appreciate that.
You've got a
Love
great
that.
business, but it's not a fit for me. I'm out.
I appreciate that, Mark.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well,
That was cool.
Pat, 3 sharks are out now.
all roads lead back.
You know, I really appreciate that. I don't think it's the right situation for me.
He didn't even counter.
I really appreciate the offer,
Hallelujah.
but the only thing that I could do is maybe counter back. I really want you all
What is your counter?
No royalty.
3 sharks are out. Pat has an offer from Kevin and Lori. $375,000 for a 6% stake plus a $3 royalty, which drops to $1.50 after the investment is recouped. But Pat feels the offer is too steep.
What is your counter?
I would be willing to do $375,000 for 20%
No royalty.
to go into that and have you all help me grow it. I think that is a reasonable
Do
number.
you understand the value of 2 sharks? Do you have any idea what's going to happen to your
I
sales?
100%. I just don't like the royalty structure. I would love to find a percentage that you all make sense.
Okay, so you don't like
He's giving them 20% with their royalty deals. Of course, they get their cash in hand, but they were going to get 3% equity with the royalty deal, and now he's going to give them like 10% each. He said 20%. His counter was 20% for the 375, I believe. Did he say a different number? Let's see.
my royalty deal. If you want me to go straight equity, that's going to take me a lot longer to get my money back. So I've got to increase the amount I'm going to get. Here's the new offer, and Lori may come in with me as she did on the royalty deal. $375,000 for 30%.
With no
I'll do that.
royalty.
I'm in with you.
That's 15%.
I'll give you $375,000 for 30.
Wait.
Wow.
Robert's jumped back into this. He was out for a while, but now he's offering
Pat's
you
selling me.
Same thing.
$375,000 for 30%, which was the exact same offer that Lori and I gave you. The difference is you get 2 sharks instead of 1.
Right. I think that if either one of you would do 25, that's going to be my top end.
Why would you take that, though? Why would you do that? How much cash do you guys have in the bank right now?
Well, I mean, a few $100,000, but I would like them to be able to help with where we're headed. I don't know that I can.
Pat,
needs
I'll
some
take
help.
that deal.
Wait, we
I'm
didn't
a
hear
big
it.
guy. 375,000, 25%. Do we have a deal?
Wait.
Yes.
Done!
That's how you do it.
Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Well, we were talking. We shouldn't have been talking.
Wow.
That was a great presentation.
Robert,
Wow,
that was
Robert.
a great move. He sees us talking.
You deserve to lose it.
Don't turn your back in the tank.
Good job, Robert.
Why, thank you, Mark.
That happened quickly. And so at first it seemed like Kevin and Lori was trying to vie for it. And it seemed like they was doing well. He came back with the counter. He didn't like the royalties. Okay, well, he came into the tank asking for $375,000 in exchange for 15% of his company. And Kevin and Lori was at a point where they asked for a royalty. He didn't like the royalty, so he countered and said $375,000 for 20%. Kevin didn't like that. He wanted to do 30. The guy countered with that and said, I'll go all in right now with 25% if you guys could agree to 25%. Well, meanwhile, he get another offer from Robert. And he ended up taking a deal with Robert for $375K in exchange for the 25%. I love the way it happened, though. I think all of the sharks saw some value in his presentation, in his product. They all said that the slippers were very comfortable. And so he shared that he had some challenges getting into retail. And so maybe he saw that as kind of a struggle going into the deal with Kevin and Lori, because that was a contingency from Lori. She was saying, let's try and do this retail again. Even though it's a big product, let's try to do the retail again. That's the only thing that I will add. Robert didn't add any of that. He did a straight deal, $375K for 25%. He accepted it, and that was the offer. So I really do hope that proved to be a good partnership for him. And I wonder what's happening. Maybe I'll bring an update on what's happening with Happy Feet now. But I think that was a real good deal, and more power to him. And I just wish him the best in his business. But did y'all also catch that he was in the beginning stages of using an influencer to market his product on social media? And that's what really got his followership up and got his sales up because of this influencer on Instagram. I love that was talked about during that stage or during that age, again, 2014. I love that was talked about, because now even today we see how that's the rave now, but it costs a lot more money. So I love the strategy, and it just kind of seemed like he was doing the influencer strategy marketing, and now he's at a point where he needs to kind of change and pivot and do something different. That was in 2014. He just came to the tank and gave his wish, like we're trying to go further. Now we're at a standstill, and now we're trying to go further. And that's what he came to the tank for. So all the best to him. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I really do appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button and become a subscriber if you like this content. And make sure you check us out for the next ones.
Learn a thing or two from me.
I did on that one.
It was incredible. I mean, especially to pull Robert back in after he had already gone through it and said he was out. He saw my passion, he saw my interest, and he's really a guy that I had at the top of my list of who I wanted, so I'm extremely excited.